Hello, this is Dr. Yakman here with Battle with the Best of Them. I'm going to talk about shinies today. People are always asking me about my shiny luck, and let's see what this is here. And instead of being a long video where I get long-winded and go on silly tangents, I wrote on my blogger, and I'm going to link from my YouTube to my blogger. I'm going to show you a little bit of the post here in a moment, because it is long-winded, but I'm trying to make my video, I'm going to try to make this video short. I want to do that in the future, make my video shorter. But yes, let's take a look at my shinies right now. I just caught one again yesterday. A lot of varied amounts of shinies. That was just from this last week or so, in the last community day. So far this month has been really productive for shinies. Of course, my first shiny of the month was one that was traded to me, the Ponyta. And then this was my second ever shiny hatch, and it ended up being a battle with the best of them Squirtle. So I'll evolve that all the way up to Blastoise here someday soon. But yeah, so I give stats on the post about my shiny experience. I propose a theory that's kind of like, I don't want to say that RNG is incorrect. I can't say that. It's most likely in the code of the game. Randomness through the odds of the numbers are in the game for whether you're going to get a shiny or not. But first, I have this checklist of all the shinies that are currently in Pokemon Go, and I'm going to try to keep this up to date as I go. And I'm listing them, spacing them out by date, but I'm listing them in the order that they were actually released as a shiny. It took a little bit of research to do this. And then I'm also color coding how they, the different ways that they have been initially released. The blue ones are Holiday, the red ones are Community Day, the purple ones are Raid and Hatch exclusive. The green ones are for a weekend, and the white ones are all other types of releases that they've had. And, there's exceptions there. I go and describe that. Then I talk about RNG and how I think RNG is kind of like, I don't know, a pessimistic or a cynical way of saying, just luck, and that's it. Now, don't get me wrong. It is pure random luck whether you're going to get a shiny or not. But I also give my beliefs in some ideas and a theory of other luck variables that are built into the game or coded into the game, or however you want to say it, that give you other ways of getting lucky to be, lucky with Pokemon in general, the game in general, but also in catching shinies. So this idea of a spirit Pokemon, where they have attached something to your player ID that makes it more likely that you are going to be luckier with certain types of Pokemon, and not with others, your nemesis Pokemon. I go into it here, and I'm not going to go into it in the video because that's a little bit too much, but I also give some tips on shiny catching. This can be applied to community days and not, and outside of community days. And then I also give my stats. I've got 90 different shinies in Pokemon Go of the 174 that are currently available. I've caught, or I have had 166 shinies. I have 153 now. 13 of them I've traded away. 160 of them I've caught. 2 of them I've hatched. 4 I've traded for. These are all stats that are kind of crazy. That I'm just trying to make some observations. The big observation that I'm making for my theory on you having spirit Pokemon that you're that you're more likely to run across, and then Nemesis Pokemon that you're less likely to run across as shiny, is here is an example right here. Makuhita and Meditite. That was the fight. I don't know if it was 2 weeks or whatever it was. I can't remember exactly how long the event lasted, but during that event, there was fighting types that were more present, or more, they were spawning more, and Makuhita and Meditite became shiny. I caught multiple Makuhita, no Meditites. Another example, the Rock and Adventure Week. I caught multiples of Omanite, no Kabutos. Another example, I caught Natu, but no Sunkern or Pineco. I caught Wingull, a couple of Wingulls, no Growliths. Pinsir, I caught. Gengar and the whole Gengar family, none. So, Cubone, I've caught. Ponyta, none. And I encountered, in all of these examples, I've encountered as many or more of the opposite, the Nemesis Pokemon, that I did of the Spirit Pokemon that I did get. So, I mean, this is just silly theorizing here, but here's the post. It's very long-winded, more descriptive there. It's not proof or anything. A lot of anecdotal evidence, I know that. So, whatever. But I just wanted to shortly say that before I get into this. I've got a reward coming to me. I think it's a shiny possible. I think it's the starters or whatever for doing a raid today. I did a Palkia raid today and caught it. And it was drowsy, but it was not shiny. So run away from that. And then I also am going to evolve my, let me see here. Now, of the Psyduck, the one with the best stats, I believe, was this one. Yeah, this one was a strong one. It wasn't a battle with the best of them, but there you go. I'm going to evolve this one. So now you get to see my evolve a Pokemon was another task that I had, and I believe that gets you a chance at Sunkern or Eevee. Both of which are shiny possible. And there's shiny Golduck. Badass. I'm going to show him in comparison to regular Golduck. Yeah. Let's do this by number. There he is. And then I have another evolve that I can do for another task, which is for Aerodactyl, which I already have a shiny Aerodactyl after doing only 3 of those, so I feel really lucky there. But the next one is Seadra. It was, I want to evolve this one into Kingdra, so you have to use an item to do that. Dragon Scale. And I'm going to do that, and that's use an item to evolve a Pokemon, and that gets you an encounter with Aerodactyl. So we'll check those 2 encounters and see if either one of those are shiny, and then I'll have to update my page, because like I said, or my blogger, because like I said, I'm going to try to keep that up to date with new information about Pokemon and my own stats and stuff like that. So, all right, let's check. Sunkern, not shiny. And this goes along with my theory I had about there's ones that you're gonna get, like I got Talo during this last during this last Hoenn event, but not Zigzagoon. And like I said, I encountered as many or more of the other than I did I'm more likely to get another Talo before I ever get a Zigzagoon, is what my theory is going to be. And we'll see over time if that theory ends up being true. And then this one is for Aerodactyl again. And this one is not shiny. So, I'm going to run away from that. But my last one was shiny, so I'm pretty happy about that. I'm just going to give you another look at all my shinies in order. The ones with the separation symbol in front of them are up for trade, and if they have somebody's name behind them, then that means that they're already claimed. I have a lot of other weird symbols that I'll get into later. And then in the order that I had caught them. I was beginning to think that Groudon would be the one that I would have a hard time with, because I had caught over time 4 shiny Kyogre. But it was taking me a while before I finally got shiny Groudon. So, happy about that. And there we go. Hopefully this wasn't too long. It ended up being longer than I wanted it to be, but I'm going to give a link to that post. And just wanted to show you guys my shiny luck, and I'll talk at you later. Happy hunting out there.